it often comes questions that people have when they're passengers riding behind a motorcyclist and they're thrown off or they're injured in some way, seriously often. Do I have a claim? If I do, who's it against? Is it against, the other driver? I mean, is it maybe against my friend? I mean, what's the situation? So that very question was posed recently to one of our attorneys by a potential client, and our attorney explained that as a passenger, the good news is that you can never be at fault for the accident. Now the attorney explained, there can be rare situations if you reach up and strangle the motorcyclist, you might have contributed to that accident, but I've never run across that situation yet. So even if people felt like they wanted to strangle them for some reason, so you're not going to be at fault. But as the attorney explained, they can give you additional options because it's pretty common for a police officer in their report to put some or all of the blame on the motorcyclist. And so in that case, we've had situations where maybe it was other driver's fault mostly, and we collected all the money that other driver had, and maybe the motorcyclist themselves only had a minimum like $15,000 or $25,000 policy. So, and maybe, they really, I guess you could say they hardly did anything wrong, but all we have to do is find a little bit they did wrong, and as a passenger, we can collect that money for you. And we had a husband and wife situation, wife's riding behind. We got her extra money, even though, her husband had laid down the bike. He'd probably done everything you're supposed to do, but we still were able to get extra money for the wife. And speaking of extra money, the driver who caused the accident, he only had a $100,000 policy, but he had a house that was totally paid off. And so we told him and his insurance company, hey, we're not going to be satisfied with $100,000. We want, kick in another $100,000 and more money on top of that, or we might have to come knocking on the door of the house. So we ended up getting much more than the insurance limits, and that's possible. Call us and we can tell you if that's possible in your situation. And if the insurance company's already offered the first $100,000, don't accept it, but call us. You can keep all that money for free. We'll just work on whatever we can get you on top of that. And so it's like a no-lose situation for you. So remember, if you're a passenger, you're injured in a motorcycle accident, you have additional options. Call us. One of our attorneys will be happy to analyze your situation. And even if you've been offered the policy limit by the other insurance company, just call us and let us check before you accept it. And if we can get you more besides that, you keep all that money, and if we can get you more, we will. That's another reason to call us if you've been in a motorcycle accident. The call is free, the information's free, and it can mean tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions, depending on your injuries. So call us because we really do care, and we ride with you as your partner in your motorcycle case until it's fully resolved.